Hi, this is Dr. Cynthia Clark, acupuncture physician, applied clinical nutritionist, creator of Energy Evolution, and president of Longevity Wellness. And Happy New Year! I have a couple of things that I wanted to share with you today. First of all, this year has just been chock full of awesome success stories. This is the year that I completed my training in Chinese medicine dermatology, and so I've gotten to cure all sorts of things from lichen planus to cradle cap in babies to a gentleman who had jock itch for 30 years, nothing worked on him, and we cleared it up and it started resolving in just a few days, which is tremendous. So just all sorts of things. Of course, eczema, which is one of my favorite things to work with because it's frustrating and it's itchy, although not nearly as itchy as lichen planus, which is one of the itchiest conditions. So it's been a great year for that. One of the factors that we see contribute to that is mold, and it just has to do with it takes down the immune system. So here in Florida, we have lots of mold. You'll be hearing more from us this year about how to recognize signs of mold exposure and things you need to do. I've seen nothing comparable to Chinese medicine for resolution of these dermatological conditions for all of the imbalances that happen in the body. So that's been really exciting. The 2019 was just an incredible year. So lucky, so blessed, so lucky to receive the teachings that I've received, so lucky to be working with the people that I've gotten to work with this past year, and then so grateful to get to work with all of our clients. So I wanted to share with you a public service announcement today. This morning, I was reading a news article, and there are some changes that are happening in both YouTube and Google about search engines. Specifically, you have probably heard that Google was purchased. The parent company is now a pharmaceutical company, and so the interests are different. Therefore, Google has been anti-natural healing. They've been bashing natural healthcare. So for example, this morning I saw an article about a girl who took some herbal supplements and then got jaundice, and so she was in the hospital. And there's a lot of things that are terribly wrong with this story. One is that it doesn't say what her liver levels were before she started taking the herbal supplements. It didn't say what herbal supplements she was taking. It didn't say where she got them from, and it did not say what the dosages were. So I wanted to take a moment and go over some of the herbs that have come to my attention this year that people have been misusing and gotten into trouble with. And it's really three different things that can get you into trouble with herbal supplements. One is whether or not it's the right one for you. And that's why it's very beneficial to work with a licensed healthcare practitioner who is expert in this field and specializes it and is paying attention both to the herb safety, the science of of the right herb for you at the right time, and then also is paying attention to your particular body. So that's why we use muscle testing and applied kinesiology here in our clinic, is because we always want to vet that academic information through your own energy field. So one of them is whether or not it's the right thing for you. The other one is there are supplements that are sold all over the place. They're sold online, they're sold in health food stores, and the quality. So my undergraduate degree is in industrial engineering, which is also known as efficiency engineering or quality engineering. So we're very focused on quality output from that perspective. So I've always had that lens in mind when I'm evaluating supplements that I take. And over the years, many people have come to me with supplements that they wanted my clinic to sell. And if they didn't have the data to support the quality of their supplement, then I didn't engage with them. Even if they said great things about their supplement, and even if they had anecdotal evidence that said that this was really good. By the way, that's what pretty much all MLMs are, is that it's all based on anecdotal evidence, and there is usually not very much information about the quality behind it. There are a few exceptions. So I wanted to talk about quality. When I talk about quality, I'm not talking about the name of the ingredient. I'm talking about a spectral analysis on the active ingredients that are in that particular herb. And the reason that's important is because, I remember back in the day, Wolf brand chili. Do you guys remember Wolf brand chili? So there was a buddy of mine in college that had worked at Wolf brand chili, and one of the metrics that he had learned while working there was that they were only allowed like 1 part per million of mouse parts in their wolf brand chili. I don't remember the exact metric. I remember that it was okay for mouse parts to be an ingredient in wolf brand chili as long as it wasn't too much. And that's when I stopped eating wolf brand chili. But that's also when I became aware of the vastly different ranges of quality control. So when we talk about herbs like Maca or Kratom, or there's one called Chang, or Cascara Sagrada, which is a laxative. It's an herb that's in a number of laxative formulas. First thing that you need to look at is what's the actual quality of the ingredient. So every supplement that I use in my clinic, I have that information on. The companies that I work with have that information on, so that I know 100% that what I'm putting out there is of the highest quality, that there is not room for 1 part per million of mouse parts in what I'm selling. And that is not the same case with something that's even sold on your vitamins shelf, your vitamin store shelf, and it's definitely not the case for things that are sold on the internet. So apart from whether or not it's the right supplement for you, is what is the quality of the ingredient and what isn't listed on the label, because there's a lot of that going on out there. So it's very, 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 very important. And then finally is the dosage. So for example, things like Maca. Maca is one of the most popular things that people ask me about. It is referred to as both an endocrine regulator for women and a sports performance enhancement supplement for men. Okay, let's think about that for a moment. If it is interacting with the endocrine system, men and women, we might have different enhancements, emphasis in our different systems, but we basically have the same parts. So if something is an estrogenic supplement, then it's going to enhance the estrogen, and Maca doesn't know if you're a boy or a girl. So I had a client that had been taking Maca for a number of years, a small amount daily in his smoothies, and he was noticing some emotional instability. And when we backtracked and we did the energetic testing, we found out that the Maca was contributing to the emotional instability. We took that out of his supplements and things improved. So over-the-counter supplements are, or things that you buy off the internet, or something that you heard from a guy at the gym that worked for him, is not necessarily the right thing for you. And I'm a big advocate of knowing what the right thing is for you, and of natural healthcare supplements. So, I never want to, I always want to position you with knowledge so that you have the power to make the right decisions at the right time for you. Another one is Kratom, and Kratom has become increasingly popular in the past few years. There are Kratom tea houses around here. There are different strands of Kratom, and it's a relaxing herbal supplement. Now, usually that would just be, it's okay, it's just relaxing. However, Kratom is actually addictive, particularly in higher doses over time. And getting off of it can be very, very, very challenging. And I don't mean psychologically, I mean physically. It can cause things like sleeplessness, night sweats, emotional instability. And these are from gentlemen. Those sound like symptoms that might be more applicable to women, but it's just as likely to happen in men. And so I want you to be very, very, very aware of both Kratom and Maca, that they are not always, if it's not the right thing for you, then it's really not the right thing for you. Okay, let's talk about Chang. This is a supplement that you can get in over the counter. There is a supplement line that's sold on Amazon that's just bulk supplements. So whatever it is you're looking for, you can just buy it in a big bag. They don't, while the quality control isn't published, the biggest problem with it is the dosage. Because let's say you take a bit of Chang, so it's a plant, right? Let's say you take a bit of Chang. I made a formula with this the other day and it had 6 grams of Chang in it. But the dosage that is in a concentrated powder is dramatically different from what's in a custom raw herbal formula. So for example, if my custom raw herbal formula has 6 grams of Chang, then the equivalent of that in a powder So this is very, very concentrated, all of the water and the fiber is taken out and it's just the powder. You can easily have 600 grams. It might take 600 grams of shampoo to make your powdered supplement. You're getting that equivalent of it. So dramatically different dosage. Shampoo in a Chinese herbal formula by a certified Chinese medicine herbalist like yourself, but there's many of us around. Certified Chinese medicine herbalist in your formula may very well be exactly the right thing for you. Taking this as a bulk supplement over time, this was a call that I got when somebody was on the way to the emergency room because he was showing signs of having a heart attack. So, be aware, plant medicine is a very powerful medicine. It's a very healthful medicine. It's a very youthful medicine. We have a lot of processes these days that allow us to take not just one plant, but like 100 plants all at once. So be aware of what you're doing too. And then finally, Cascara Sagrada. This causes a condition called melanosis coli, and it's a darkening of the colon. This is a precursor to, this can be a precancerous sign. So this is a supplement that is often incorporated in product lines for constipation because it helps to relieve it. Anytime you are having to use a supplement constantly for constipation, that means there's a problem upstream. So whether it's Senna, which is in like the Smooth Move teas, or whether it's Cascara Sagrada, any of these things should not be a long-term solution unless there are some very specific cases, like you've had a surgery to remove part of your bowel or something. So most often those problems are like one example of how you can have long-term constipation. You can be taking a supplement that acts upon the intestine, but perhaps it's actually your liver that isn't producing enough bile. And so perhaps you are somebody that finds that you have a bowel movement if you drink coffee. If that's the case, you actually have some congestion in your liver. You're not producing bile properly. That's important to fix. And it is not good to treat this regularly with coffee because coffee actually dries out your intestines, which you know because coffee makes you pee. So those are some of my public service announcements for today. Herbal medicine is wonderful and it's fantastic, and it's important that you use it in a safe way. Also, don't fall for all the articles that you see that you're going to be seeing on Google talking about how this isn't safe or that isn't safe. Look at the article. Use your critical thinking skills and look at what it isn't saying. If it speaks to a specific herb, then please contact me and I'll be happy to talk to you about that or create an information video that will serve everyone. If it doesn't list a specific herb, then recognize that it's really not telling you anything, and it almost never tells you the medical history background of the person that the article is about. So you have no idea what their story was before they took the herbal supplement. In fact, the herbal supplement may have been helping their condition, but not enough. They needed more support. Okay, it's your public service announcement for today. Happy New Year's, everyone. Remember that we are starting our Purification Detoxification Challenge on January 6th. And if you have any tiredness or memory problems, or you're feeling just kind of not yourself, then this is a really great step to take to level up your health. Or if you're feeling okay, but you just want to do better, this is a phenomenal step you can take to up-level your health for 2020, which is going to be a powerful, powerful, powerful year. Chuck Pisa will be presenting on our energy forecast for 2020 on Tuesday, January 21st. So please register for that class. It's $10 and seating is limited, so you'll want to register sooner rather than later. And happy 2020. Have a great day.